The iPhone has a setting that allows you to limit the maximum battery charge to 80%. Charging above 80% while hot can lead to battery degradation. But what's the point of increasing your battery's capacity if you never fully charge it? The new iPhone 15 helps extend the life of your battery without charging it completely. This smartphone contains more detailed battery information in the battery section of the Settings app. One of the new features is the ability to limit the maximum battery charge to 80% of the total capacity to extend battery life. Why limit charging to 80%? Limiting the charge to 80% is a good way to extend your phone's battery life. The lithium-ion batteries used in most smartphones degrade over time, a process accelerated by heat and full charge cycles. By limiting charging to 80%, you will reduce heat and stress on the battery, which will help it last longer. Battery health trap, it's a kind of puzzle. You want your battery to last as long as possible, but the best way to achieve this is to only charge your battery to 80%. Let's say your phone's battery usually lasts about 10 hours. Limiting the charge to 80% will only allow you to last 8 hours. If the main reason for keeping a battery healthy is so that it continues to hold its maximum charge and therefore lasts longer between charges, then charging less doesn't make sense. So what to do? What's the point of keeping your phone's battery at maximum capacity if you never use it? Practical tips: most users should leave the settings at default and use the full capacity of the battery to last all day. Battery drain is more of a nuisance than slightly slower battery degradation. What does degrade lithium batteries faster are extreme temperatures and time spent in a high or low charge state. Of course, it all depends on how you use your phone. If you rarely leave the house or work in an office where you can easily keep your phone charged, then this setup makes sense. But if you're constantly out and about and have to carry a backup battery with you to get you through the day, you might just have to take the hit and charge your phone to 100% every time. Charge limit. Why does it work? Charge limiting works because phone batteries don't like to be completely full or empty and get damaged when charged above 80% while hot. This is why fast chargers supply energy to the battery up to 80% and then slow the charge down to the last 20%. Fast charging heats up the battery more than slow charging. You don't need a fast charger on your nightstand while you sleep. Use a regular 5-volt USB charger. The iPhone already has an optimized battery charging feature. It learns your habits and keeps the battery at 80% overnight to finish charging up to 100% right before you need it. This already reduces the time the battery spends in a high state of charge. Additional battery care tips: even if you don't have an iPhone 15, you can create a shortcut that will send a notification when the battery reaches 80% so you can remove it from charge yourself. There are other ways to extend your iPhone's battery life. Darken the screen slightly. Reduce the time before entering sleep mode. Use power saving mode. Limit notifications and location services. Lock your phone when not in use. In the end, it's always a trade-off between using your phone and not using it. Of course, you can save battery life by turning off many features. But at some point, disabling many functions makes using the phone pointless. The most practical advice is to use your iPhone's default settings. Don't charge your phone in hot weather. Don't leave it in the sun while charging in the car. And make smart energy-saving choices. Should your screen be on all the time? Or can you set it to automatically turn off after a couple of minutes? However, it is ultimately a losing battle. The battery will drain. But at least in iPhone 15 it is much easier to replace.